smile, and we want to see big smiles. Everyone turn on the webcam. Mr. Kedrick, Felix, Kado, Feliz doesn't have video today. Ready?
Yes, if we can have some people here turn on the video.
Mr. Osman is putting
Osman is, yes, Osman
cowboy
is,
hat.
yeah.
I think you need the Ottoman fest, Mr. Osman. That will be more.
I have some problem in the...
Inshallah, next time, but I haven't any fest. Maybe I will visit Morocco. I can buy new one.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready? Mr. Dar is coming. Wait.
Sharafuddin, your face is not there.
Mr. Dar is coming. Dar is coming.
1, 2, 3, big smile. Yes, it's done.
All right. Let's move on to Miss Ola's presentation. Miss Ola, after introducing yourself, you can share screen your presentation. Take the floor, madam. I give you Dr. Olana. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, my president. It is a pleasure to see myself talk on what I am so passionate about. Of course, having heard a few people in the group, you can already begin to understand that doing business between Turkey and Benin is a lifestyle for Gota Travels. And then, of course, I will begin by introducing myself. Okay, let me share my screen very fast. 1 minute. Put my screen sharing. Screen, yeah. Oh. It's not doing it. Sometimes these technical things can begin to misbehave. 1 minute.
You should just select, open the presentation and select screen share. We will see it.
Of course, I'm in it. I'm in the to share it.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming on. Yeah.
Okay. I want to now go to what?
Now we see. Open the presentation full screen.
Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
Okay. So unlocking West Africans' potential.
Make it full screen, please.
Okay. 1 minute. Hello?
Upper.
Is it better?
Full screen.
Appuie à droite, à côté de X, là où il y a les deux carreaux là. Voilà.
Oui. C'est là, à 2 minutes, c'est parce que je suis en train de...
Ah, ça ne prend pas. So this is the maximum we can get. Okay.
No. There is a full screen button on the top right below.
Of course, I'm on the full screen.
This is the full screen of the Zoom, actually.
Yeah.
They cannot make it.
No, the presentation, there is a button next to 76%. Press it.
Okay.
En présentation, à côté de
76%.
Okay.
Next to
Ola, sorry, your screen, just go down by where you have the clock. Just down there. Yeah.
Okay. It's so funny. It's the first time I'm using this one to do it, though. Normally, I use...
yes, just click on not that one. No, you're clicking the wrong buttons. So after the other side, on your left side, left. Go. Oh no, you're on the right. Go to the left.
Now we have 70%.
No, you are clicking the wrong thing. You're clicking the wrong thing. Ola, just concentrate first. Just
Click the button next to 52. Click the button next
The
to
button next to no.
no.
The other
Okay.
no. Yeah, no.
This one, yeah.
This one.
No, that one.
Droite.
After
Vas-y,
this
à
one,
droite.
go right.
This is my real, or do you put me back on my laptop?
No, go right. Just go right. Go right. You are in order. Just go to the next. No, you're going off.
Madame Mola, il est
I'm
à...
Voilà,
1,
à
2,
droite.
3, 4. No.
Ok,
Okay, the next
encore.
one.
Clique
More.
on de l'écran, Madame Mola.
Number 4 button.
Number 4.
Ok,
No, the next one.
encore.
Yes.
Ok,
Yes.
perfect.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. Click on it.
Press it.
No.
No.
Bien.
Yeah, that one. Yes.
I'm making everybody laugh today. Here.
Yes.
Yes.
Click on it. Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Click on it.
Okay.
Okay.
Now there
Is it
you
better?
go. Yes.
Can you imagine?
Fantastic. Yes.
Make us funny sometimes. I mean, okay, so today I want to start by introducing myself, even though some of you know me, but I am passionate about how people spend their leisure. And this original passion led me to travel the world. And this produced my being connected to several businesses, which has led to connecting businesses between Benin, Turkey, China, US, and beyond. Of course, a little bit about myself. After the tertiary institute, I had to train for flying. So I flew for many years. And today, down, we're connecting the world. People ask me, how come that you are doing all this up and down and you are not tired? Because of the background that I flew for many years. So for Turkey, since 2016, Gota have been able to take customers, clients, business tourists, leisure tourists, medical tourists from Benin into Turkey. And this, over time, has produced a lot of businesses that we have. Some of them you heard here, Mr. Gado, and then Mr. Ange, and the ones that have not spoken or are not here. We have been able to introduce the medical system where we brought medical doctors from Turkey and they began to partner with doctors in Benin. And today, Gota Travels, with that is doing in Turkey and the world over, was recognized by the present government of Benin, where we are with the Sea tourism consultants who have helped to reform and continue to reform the tourism, all types of tourism industry of Benin. Of course, you know that every tourist have investor. That's why you cannot talk about tourism and not talk about investment. That's why I will go straight to our objective for today, which is providing insight into entering West Africa with Benin as the strategic entry point. From my screen, you can see the map of Africa. You can see West Africa. You can see the 15 countries of Africa. And then you would want to ask me, if Benin, I go to my other screen already. If Benin strategically positioned here, Nigeria with above 230 million of population, Benin is that close from what you can see in the map. So, and then Niger up there, with no sea port. Of course, it's Benin and Togo that, you know, supplies Niger, and then Togo at this side and with the extension into Ghana, and then Burkina Faso to the other side. So Benin being positioned here, you can agree with me that we are really that gateway, we're really that reach, that country to penetrate, to be able to get into all these other parts of West Africa. Just 1 minute, I'm trying to still take it down. Okay, trying to make you see what you are to experience in this hour. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay. Okay. So like we have over 15 countries, of course, with 400 million people. We know that. And then access to all this ECOWAS region that I showed in that other slide. And then one thing that is very good here is that we're growing the middle class, of course, increasing the digital adoption, and then the youth-driven market. That's what is very particular about us here in Benin. And then, of course, the key sector opportunities. We have the technical and digital transformation growth in fintech and e-commerce. And that's the one that Mr. Okoro talked about. He was here last year and he was able to, with his company, begin to do a lot of things in the technical industry, of course. And then we have the agriculture and agro-processing, high-speed demand for innovation and food security. And then talk more of infrastructure. In Benin, before 2016, when the present president came in, you know, we heard not up to 3,000 and something kilometers of road, but since the 1960s when we had the independence. But since 2016, I tell you that this our present president have been able to realize these roads, and that's why you have Mr. Gado in this group who is part of all that happening. So we need, you know, that infrastructure development, the project in this road, the energy and the housing. Then talk about tourism and hospitality. We have rich nature, rich culture. Our waterfront strings from the Nigerian part all the way to the Togo part, of course, with the ecotourism potentials. All this, Benin, the present Benin government have decided to put together and then establish the JDZ, where we have this open door for all foreign investors. I will be sharing the links for you to go read up how to enjoy incentives if you have to go into the clothing, the clothing business, like Mr. Mamet mentioned last week. You know, here we've got coating, and then at this JZ we have all the, I mean, from fiber, we have all the way to process. In fact, if you go into that JZ link, you will be able to see what we are now doing at the JZ, how we are transforming and making.
Miss Ola, your presentation is stuck in the third slide. You gonna move on or?
Sorry, I wanted to finish that and go to this one. Sorry. So
okay.
that is okay. So that is to tell you that Benin is where to be. A lot of incentives because of our strategic position that in this our region, and then the political will of our government, we are able to allow our foreign investors have 5 good years resident permit without having to pay taxes the very first 5 years. And then of course, we know that today Benin is the second country to allow not only visa on arrival, but this e-visa that is about the cheapest in all that you can see in West Africa. All these programs are just to encourage investors coming from Turkey and the world over. Now, why Gota? Gota International Group being the gateway into this in West Africa. Gota, like I said, has been since 2009. We have been connecting Nigerian business into Benin and Benin into Nigeria. We started that from 2009 before we expanded into international from 2011. We do round the clock to ticketing, visa, and then of course we represent the biggest private airline company in Nigeria out of Benin. And this is to tell you what the business volume have gotten to between Nigeria and Benin. And then also the biggest cruise ship of the World Royal Caribbean Cruise, they are sitting down at Gota office here in Benin. And then we also do, it was during COVID, we moved to the next level when people were not traveling. We added Gota Properties, where we are leveraging on the relationship we have with Nigeria. As originally from Nigeria, we have Nigerian investors coming in here to buy properties, rent, and of course, do the furnished apartments. And then for the Gota services, because Gota is divided into three, we've got the medical tourism, the study abroad, airport transfers, and then company registrations. These Nigerians coming in here, and then other countries, what we do with the Consul of Benin into Turkey, will assist these investors coming in from everywhere to register their company and then help them establish. And then of course, if I have to go to the next slide, why choose Gota as your partner? You can see from my screen, from the very first left, that is when Benin selected my very self among the 6 tourism consultants from the world. That's the present president of Benin. We had to do this exchange because we had to begin to take it to the next level. So the highest company in Benin that handles this exposure to business registration is our peers. We are connected with them, and just a click, to Gota, and then you're able to have access to all these offices. So you can also see upper right, that is Gota with the present Turkish ambassador to Benin. We started with the very first one in 2016. I have to mention at this point that it was after Gota Travels business trip to Turkey in 2015 with DEIC, after having been introduced by the government, that led to the visit of DEIC to the Chamber of Commerce of Benin in 2015. And that was, of course, after other discussions that made us see Turkish embassy here in 2016. I mean, may his soul rest in peace. He died after having introduced us to several Turkish businesses. We began to attend Travel Ismail in Ismail every December. And that was where we were introduced to a lot of Turkish medical partners, Turkish business people, Misyad, DEIC, and all other stuff. And then if you go down, you will see us with this as because we do 3 times business trip to Turkey. This one is the edition of April. We were with some of those people, and then of course with the Consul of Benin to Turkey at this business conference in Istanbul. And then still far on the left, you will see us with the new Turkish ambassador to Togo. And then with the consul, this happened this year also, because we began to think of taking the medical tourism beyond Benin into Togo. So this and many other, okay, I didn't talk about the one up, Bao University. In one of our sections also, we began to exchange with Bao University. And today we have expanded to several other universities. We just signed last 2 weeks with Kent University. And at MUSIAD, we met with United Education, who we are also working with. So this has led to having a lot of our students from Benin, from Togo, Nigeria, go to study in Istanbul and beyond. So, like I said, you choosing Gota as your partner is like, you know, a click to whether it has to do with government relationship, the C-levels connection about having your company established in Benin, and the relationship at all levels, you have it with Gota. And then, because we started very late and discussed other things, I think at this time, I will want to take questions if you have any. But I want to add before I finish that it is not just Turkey. Turnkey, of course, is not only for Turkey, it is for the world over. So Gota has regular yearly travels to the US, to China, to Turkey. Of course, Turkey is 3 times, to Israel. Most of the international group travels in Benin. Gota started them as a travel and tourism company. And that has earned us recognition, not just in Benin, but in West Africa. We have always been invited as hosted buyers to be part of the panels of travel and tourism related discussions across West Africa. Ghana Ministry of Tourism have invited us to sit on their panel to discuss seamless travel within West Africa. Also at the Akwaba, the only travel market of Africa, Gota have also shared at the panel. And we just came back last 2 weeks from Barcelona, where Spain invited us also to share on the experience on what happens and how we can look at developing it. So these and many more we can continue. Like Mr. Nisis said, these few minutes here cannot allow us say it all. We will have to go one-on-one. I am open to private exchanges to make you, send you our profile so you have a better understanding, and we schedule them one-on-one. Thank you. Ready to take your questions.
Please stop share screen.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Sorry to be a bad example. I like cigar.
Bad example.
Yeah, you can blur it in your screen if you want. Let's have the questions. Miss Ola, let me ask the first question. You work in healthcare. You work in consultancy, education consultancy. We have all these within our network. Correct me if I'm wrong. It is easy to find solution for a product or service, but most difficult part is turnkey projects. And that's why we set up this group. When you take out the N, Turkey remains. Our message is find a turnkey solution partner from end to end. Make your life easier. Let us do the rest of the work, like Mr. Gota, for example. His name was Gota, right? The chief.
Okay, Mr. Gado.
Gado, yeah, Mr. Gado. For example, he has a residential project. He has the land, he has the money, but who is gonna make the project? And that's where turnkey come into play. I set up initially this group to find solution for African millionaires who has various investment projects. This could be a factory, agricultural project, chicken farm, dairy, you name it, we make it. You know, there are contractors from every field of industry in Turkey, including residential houses. That is very easy. You know, after China, number 2 contractor is Turkey. The Chinese, they come with grant, they come with money, finance. They take the project and they make the presidents, politicians a profit partner. But in the end, the country pay the price because the job is not very good. Nobody is satisfied. They don't even create employment. They bring inmates from China. But Turkish work differently. We bring the know-how. We bring engineers. We help local partners to learn how to make the project, how to run the factories, etc. Because we consider Africans not to exploit, but work together, grow together. Like our president said many times, Turkish trade increased like from 5 billion to 50 billion in last 20 years with Africa. So it is like 10 times in 20 years growth. But we can achieve more. I believe China is doing maybe 10 times more than Turkey because of the scale and the financial capacities, financial surplus they have. Unfortunately, Turkey doesn't have that much finance. But what we can do, I think, it's to take advantage of the Gulf money, finance, and European finance. The project in Africa, contractor from Turkey. This is the best triangle we can do. Like Japanese finance, project in Africa, Turkish contractor. Or financed by Qatar, project in Benin, and contractor is Turkey. So Mr. Mehmet Gökdemir understand what I'm saying. He is working on recycling projects. So we have contractors who can realize any kind of projects anywhere in the world. But the biggest contractors such as Summa may not be interested in your medium-sized project. We can find the right match. So please, it's full of opportunities. Africa is like 50 years behind developed countries, but it's emerging market, developing countries. Turkey is the right partner. Stay with Turkey and let's grow together. Olana, if you want to contribute, I think I made my point.
Exactly. Thank you so much. President, you remember in that our last week meeting when Mr. Mamet spoke about the clothing business and his experience, I did mention when he made us understand that most of the countries that used to, like Levi, that used to have Turkey as their hub, is today diverting, some of them going to Cambodia and all that. And then we said that with this strategy that our president have put in place in Benin, that Benin will be, when he was talking about looking for where to go, I suggested that seeing that you have all this political will in Benin, we will be very, very, very happy to make it happen. We are here, Gota Travels and myself, to do the sea levels connection. And then they begin to have these products out of Benin, have the project in Turkey, and then come here, carried out. Why not? So I think President, we're in the same line. We have been doing it and we will continue to do it. If you check my post, you will know that we have made the noise about Turkey and we continue to make the noise because of these numerous advantages that you have mentioned. I have in the list of the people that we have brought into Turkey, the lady I
let me talk about another advantage. You know, the pandemics brought us opportunities, such as the supply chain line broken in Asia, but it continued in Turkey. Secondly, transport costs from China to West Africa maybe increased 10 times. So one container from China to West Africa goes $15,000. But what African realized, if they buy from Turkey, the product quality is much better, and the container cost is $4,000 to $5,000, a quarter of Chinese container cost, and the transit time is way shorter, not 3 months. You can get the goods in 1 month. This is a very big advantage, and Turkish people, they have solution oriented, they have very practical mind, and they can realize any kind of projects in your country as long as the finance is there. This is very important. I keep telling Mr. Dare, it's difficult to find investor from Turkey because they don't have surplus money. And making money is very hard. And the investors, businessmen in Turkey, they use this money very carefully. First, they find a partner in this country. They start working with trade, and they do trade a few years, and then they rely on this business partner. They come and make a joint venture. Okay, there is so many examples of this, and the best example from Turkey is, I think, this Tosyalı holding made a steel factory in Algeria, investing $6 billion, and Turkish foreign direct investment to Africa is more than $20 billion so far. But they didn't jump in Algeria in 1 month. You know, they analyze, they do trade long time, and then they realize after continental African free trade agreement, it will be most advantageous to produce in Africa. They know that, but they need a reliable partner. Trust takes time. So start with trade, finding the good partner first, and then they will come with money.
Exactly, President. That is it. And that's why I think Turnkey have put Gota on this platform for Benin. We started like tourism, you know, experts, but it's not it. Every tourist that we have brought, whether into Turkey or from Turkey into Benin, have ended up into closing a deal. Of course, most of them, like that cosmetics that is now regional in West Africa was just a lady that followed me into Turkey, and that brand is now in Benin because of this. So that we want to continue to push this trade visits, business tourism visits between the two countries. And of course, we are here, like I said, I will keep repeating, to make sure that it does not end up just the normal thing that you and I know, with the other platforms that we were before we got here. The other platforms where it will be government long talks, and then you will have to come to this private, like your Turnkey platform, where we tell ourselves the truth and we break most of these protocols because we are connected to the sea level and the government level. We do it otherwise and it will be established. Of course, I'll be sending it to you. Yeah, send your message. Yeah.
Anyone has a question, please raise your hand so that I can give you floor. I don't want to take all the time. I could speak for hours. You know, I made MBA in Canada. I visited 40 countries so far, and I visited almost every country in Sub-Sahara. So I have massive African experience. I know both parties very well. For example, Mr. Ozan Semerci, I would like to give an example of Ozan Semerci from Ethiopia. When he went to Addis Ababa, he had $1,000 in his pocket. This is a true story. It's not like American miracle. It's not like American dream. He went to Ethiopia, married Ethiopian woman, and He started small, representing some Turkish brands. Now he become #3 top exporter, coffee exporter of Ethiopia. Because of this, he has dollar in his account all the time. He can open letter of credit. The others cannot because they don't have the dollar. They are not exporters. So thanks to this availability, he started representing brands like we made him Westel representative. Now he opened biggest showroom in Africa, and now they are considering production with Westel in Addis Ababa. And then second step, they're gonna start production with Arken generator is on the line. They will start producing generator in Addis as a joint venture. So this is a good setup example. You can start with small agricultural export, including Turkey. This is two-way trade, not only Turkey selling to Africa. Also, we can help you sell your agriculture products, your cosmetic products. You have very good mining elements. You know, you have all the raw materials, and Turkish can come with know-how, factories, engineering, and let's work together. Anybody have question, please? If you don't have questions, I will ask you to make closing remarks. Hajar.
Thank you, Mr. Rashid, and thank you, Mrs. Olan, for your presentation. It was really inspiring. For me, personally, from Universal, I have been trying to explore our potential in the West African market. So I think if we had a one-on-one, maybe you can help me with that point. As some of you know already, I'm from North Africa, from Tunis. So Africa, it's my homeland. I want to bring business there.
This is your second cap. Also, we want to make exporters of Turkish companies business developers for their local company.
Yes,
so whatever Tunisian need, we are or want to export, we can find you also business partners. Keep in mind, this goes the same for Abdullah. I don't remember his homeland country. Abdullah, Star Wolf, where are you from?
I'm from Morocco.
So you can also be our Morocco business developer. Whatever Morocco needs, we can find you, help you supply, also help you export from Morocco.
Yes, thank you very much for that. And I hope all this group continue to grow more and more.
Ola, please visit and meet boss of Hajar. This lady is very interesting. She is not engineer, but she took over the company from dying boss, passed away boss, and she does a great job. This industrial company with a female CEO, exporting so many countries, engineering products, unbelievable.
Yes, we would love to have you, Mrs. Ola. Our manager is, as Mr. Rashid said, it's really interesting woman and inspiring woman. She has been rolling the company very well, and inshallah we see you here.
Yeah, and Mr. Gadu is here. Final remarks. We are closing. Mr. Walid, thank you for being such a good photographer. Remarks. Mr. Walid.
Yes, thank you so much, Rashid and Dr. Olanma. It's really inspiring speech, and also I want to do like some collaboration with you from UAE. Okay, so if you have anything that you want to connect for tourism, for medicine, for cosmetics, for any other manufacturing.
I think good opportunity is there. All rich African businessmen want to have real estate from Dubai for regular rental income.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be pleased. I am eager to have one-to-one with Dr. Olanma. Maybe we can do in this week and also for other members as well. I'm eager to have one-to-one. I am very hungry to help all the people connect with their targets in UAE.
Yeah, this is all about. We see Miss Olana, for example, the enthusiasm, excitement, energy, and the business follows. Mr. Omer, final remarks. Mohammed Omer.
Thank you very much for the presentation. It was, how you say, informative, and hopefully we will see some common points when it comes to raw materials from Africa to the Iraqi market, and the other way also.
Mr. Osman, final remarks.
I'm listening. Excuse me.
Final remarks. Closing remarks.
Thank you for everything.
Remind me to set up appointment with Star Wolf. We can go
Yes.
together, visit together.
Yes, of course. Why
Abdullah,
not? This is
please
a good
speak
idea.
with your Mr. Kamil and bosses. You want to be part of this network. Turkey is the best platform to market technical products, engineering products, industrial products.
This is
You
good
cannot
idea.
find a buyer in general trade fair. This is very important. Keep in mind.
Yeah.
Because the people visiting general trade fairs are here for maybe health tourism or some bag shopping to discover the city, not to find solution for the technical projects, but we can do the matchmaking. We can do assassinator job. We find the target and we finish. We are that much professional. For example, Miss Ola can match you with the Wolf importers. We can get this data from trade map, from professional data miners, data intelligence people. Now it's easy to reach the data. Who is importing Wolf? When you enter your HS code, the system tells you and gives you a list of the companies. And Miss Ola can make appointment with these companies and organize one-on-one. If any trade happens, she take agreed commission. This is how it works, okay?
Okay. Yes, I agree.
And project by project is specifications and brands changing. For example, some investor main contractor wants UL listed
UL certificated. I
FM
understand.
approved.
But you can propose alternative as long as it has the same quality.
Of course.
For this, you have to send samples. They have to try. It's a little bit long process. But let's move on. Mehmet Gökdemir, final remarks. Mr. Mehmet is very active. He is a very moderate person. He made a master's in textile engineering in Oxford, in Manchester. Sorry, Manchester.
Yeah.
He was a right hand of Mr. Çalık. And he's the richest businessman in Turkey, one of the richest businessmen in Turkey. He made his fortune from cotton. For example, he started with cotton in Turkmenistan. This is also another good example for you guys. And after he started making yarn in Turkmenistan, and after that making fabric garment, and then finished textile products, apparels, ready-made apparels. That's where you make money. And if you can make it a big brand like Waikiki, De Facto, and then you have a global company, global brand. So Mr. Gökdemir can help you with this also, with all recycling projects. In the last exhibition of Who is this making noise? Yeah, and yeah, somebody newcomer. Benin,
Mr.
Herman.
Herman's voice.
Yeah, I silenced. For example, in the last takeoff exhibition, it really gave me inspiring ideas. Please make note. There is a Turkish startup. They made a pole. You put a solar panel and a wind turbine on that pole for home use. And you don't need to be connected to the electrical grid. You can be somewhere in the mountain. And another company, it's very affordable. It's like $10,000, and they're gonna make it cheaper. Like $5,000, you have electricity on the mountain. It's renewable energy from sun, from wind. And another company, they made a machine producing drinking water from the air. It's a box. It produced 20-liter drinking water. You don't need city water. You know, you don't need the well to dig out drinking water. I'm gonna introduce them to our association, All Africa's Friends Association, TADD. They collect thousands of dollars to dig the well to bring out the drinking water for African villages. They don't have access to clean drinking water. But now technology is developed. You don't need a well. You just put the box there, it produces drinking water. Unbelievable. And the cost is $2,000. Yeah, I invite him to our network to promote these products together. You know, once you have it, you can sell it to every household or charity. They distribute these solar panels, as a charity, or drinking water producing boxes as a charity. I can link you with this TADD. I was a volunteer of TICA. Mr. Hakan Fidan was the president of TICA before. We worked together in the past. So we don't want to do business only with, we are not only making business with Africa, we are also, Turkey is the most donating country. We are sharing our wealth, and this money comes back to Africa as a charity and investment. Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Göktemir, anything to add? You are making a lot of one-on-ones as I see.
Yes, thank you very much for everybody. I think I agree with all of you that even if the business doesn't start now, but it will eventually. So consistency and patience are very important. And with good intentions, I think everything is possible. So I am very happy to meet so many nice people. And hopefully we will do, all of us, a good business together, inshallah. Thank you.
Mr. Dare, closing remarks.
Mr. President, thank you very much for putting together this amazing team. We see your efforts in trying to go out every week, trying to look for new members to the group, and you're adding a great amount of value to the group. That's a lot of being selfless. So a very big thank you to you. You're a very good coach. It's not enough to bring the players together. It's amazing to have, it's good to have a coach. And once you have a coach, the team wins together. So thank you, Mr. President.
So you mean I am doing better job than Mourinho? He's not.
Absolutely.
He's failing Fenerbahce now. It's unbelievable.
You know, so that's what you're doing. You're putting together the team. You know, the strikers, the defenders.
Thank you.
I mean,
I consider myself like not like a coach, scout team head of the scouting team.
Well, football scouts, you know, and you're doing a coach job, because when you bring the team to the house, then you begin to coach them accordingly. You can do this and do that and all. So, I mean, whatever you see yourself as, wonderful, brilliant, very selfless, very commendable. And to my Nigerian runaway sister, Dr. Ojukwu, nice presentation. Thank you, everybody. We'll win together. Turnkey is a passionate one for me, and I believe that as we get into the new year, it's going to be a better year for all of us as a team, and we'll all win together. Thank you, everybody, once again.
You're welcome, Dare. You mentioned a good point. Our style is giver's gain or leading as a servant. When you serve everyone, then eventually it pays off. You know, who is doing this noise? Dare, you have some people in the background speaking, I think.
No, not at all.
Somebody is making noise. Okay. And yeah, if you be a servant leader, I think Miss Ola is doing the same for her team. You know, people doesn't need to be bossed up. You know, they don't like somebody say, do this, do that, you know, giving instruction all the time. Set up a good example and be the hardest worker in the team, be a team member, and then be a natural leader. I don't want to speak religious, but Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, was the greatest example. So if somebody, a foreigner, come into his community, he didn't realize who is the prophet. You know, he was one of them. He was sitting on the ground like any of them, but he was doing the hardest job, working day and night for his community. I think this is the great style. Erdogan is the same. I think he's working 24 hours for Turkey. Appreciate efforts of Mr. President Erdogan putting out, and now we have embassy in every African country. Turkey is coming very strong in Africa, very effective, inshallah. By the time colonial powers, they will move out from Africa so that African people can use their own resources for their development. Thank you very much. Moving to Mr. Hussein, came late. If anybody comes late, he should tell us a thing or tell us a joke. This should be a rule. Hussein.
Efendim abi.
What's wrong with you, man? Her hafta geç kalıyorsun.
Evet abi, ancak geliyorum. Hiç katılmamaktan iyidir diye katılmaya gayret ediyorum sayende.
Geç kalan şarkı söylemeli ya da bir fıkra anlatmalı diye bir kural var, biliyorsun.
Evet. Abi şarkı söyleyemem. Fıkra şu anda hatırlayamadım.
Peki. Belki sonra hatırlarsın.
Evet.
I will translate his what he is doing. Mr. Hussein is the same job with Mr. Walid. I think they can be good partners. Patent, brand registration, certification, ISO 9000, etc. All kinds of incentives, government incentives. If you are a factory, you want to grow, and there are a lot of incentives supplied by Turkish companies. Miss Ola, you can set up the same example. In this takeoff, I realized, please open your voice. All Turkish banks are now, not only universities, they have technoparks. They finance startup projects, and the government and all the banks now started putting funds in technology startups. This is how these brilliant two companies, solar, wind power, and water producing companies, they come out with just one idea. They are simple engineers. They didn't have capital. But the bank, they liked the project and they invested $1 million to set up a factory. They become a shareholder. You know, yeah, the same example you should be doing in Benin and other African countries. This is actually the key for success. Americans Europeans doing for such long time, and they use our brain power. They just give them the system and the finance. The rest comes out. The unbelievable technology comes out. What I have seen, the Turkish youth is very excited about technology, and the example of Baykar, for example, they worked hard. Now they are the leading drone, universal drone manufacturer in the top 3. 10 years ago, they started working hard. Now they become leading drone supplier, and they organize this Technofest and this takeoff to give excitement and the mindset that you can achieve whatever you want. So don't limit yourself. This is very important, to give confidence to young generations. They can achieve anything as long as they work hard.
Exactly. Thank you so much, President. Yeah, that's exactly what is happening in the northern part of Benin. They are using the solar power to power their refrigerators. And then this solar power secret, the kind of fridge, I can't tell you. In the northern part, they drink a lot of yogurt and all that made locally. And in the past, most of them don't even have electricity. But with this young guy, I read about him yesterday, is transforming that part with that little solar energy fridge in the northern part. So, and he's doing that alone, does not even have the finance. So I can just
This is bad. Benin is engineer.
Yeah. He is. Yeah, but in the northern part, yes. Very, very. I had the testimony. In fact, I intend to look for him because for now, he does not have a sponsor.
So what I can do, I can link this guy with this company I met. They are setting up a factory. They will start industrial production in 1 year. For example, he can be their distributor, Benin partner.
He would be very glad.
And they can start, after doing some trade, they can start a factory joint venture in Benin. This is how we move on. This is how we roll.
This is it. This is it. I'm catching you after the meeting. I'll get
All right. Who wants to say something? Nezih or Mukem, Larissa, Miss Feliz. Miss Feliz, you can speak French to Miss Ola if you want. Say something. Mr. Reza. Anybody want to speak? Miss Feliz is away, I think. Feliz Hanım.
Efendim, merhabalar.
Konsepti beğendiniz umarım. Her hafta sizi bekliyoruz.
Teşekkür ederim. Merci pour votre partage aussi, Madame Olanma. C'est vraiment un plaisir de vous voir et puis voir que vous êtes très active aussi sur cette plateforme. Je vous remercie pour votre présentation et j'espère avoir une collaboration avec vous.
Franchement, mais moi également, merci beaucoup. Vous savez, j'avais eu un défi de l'ordinateur qui a fait que ça m'avait déstabilisé. Mais à titre personnel, nous pouvons développer, parce que je vous avais écouté aussi, très bon ce que vous faites en Turquie. Il va falloir qu'on se connecte aussi en privé. Merci beaucoup.
Merci à vous. Très bonne journée.
Okay, President.
Yeah, my battery was running out. Okay. So let's close it. It's enough for today. Everybody is tired. Almost we started 11:15. Now it's almost 2 p.m. in Turkey. Wow. Like 3 hours, meaning we had a lot of participants and interesting subject. Thank you very much, Ola, for your informative presentation. You can post it in the group. And I wish everyone a very happy weekend. Let me give you who is talking next week. Mr. Osman. His presentation next Saturday. He does mechanical. He will give us information about all his mechanical projects from design to installation. And he's ready. We will make another one before the new year, 28. The new last participant, Conmac, who does block making machines. Mr. Emmanuel from Ghana, he set up 3 factories in Ghana to make blocks and crushers. These machinery you can easily sell to concrete manufacturers, road makers. All you have to do is connect with this company, link them with contractors, and take your 10% handsome commission. And this will make you rich. This is how easy. I would like to thank everyone. Have a nice weekend. See you next time. Bye.
Thank you. I will be ready. Bye.
Have a nice day. مع السلامة.
Everyone.
We connect, Dubai, we connect. Okay.
Ola, if you have time, you can stay a few minutes.
Okay, yeah, I can stay. Yeah, so I just wanted to add, you know how it is when some of them that have met me one-on-one knows that, you know, we take it to the next level. That's my computer. My president, my real computer, this is it. Today was attacked, you can't even imagine. I had to go get this one last minute to do all that I'm doing. I had to begin to, when I was talking to you, I was transferring documents from the other side to here. So like, I wasn't composed, but I just want to say, like our Dubai man will always say, when we hit it one-on-one, we will produce the result and come and share here. A lot of things that we can do, like from that diagram, you can see Benin is very, very positioned. And then because we work with the C levels and then at the government level, I can't tell you, you know, of course, these are private stuff, but at the end of the day, the result is that people are getting busy with businesses and then providing job opportunities, which is.
Ola, do you teach at university?
Hello, is that?
Are you teaching at university?
I don't teach, but I'm their resource person. They invite me to come and do talks.
I think you are setting great example for female entrepreneurs of Benin.
Well,
why not set up an association named Female Entrepreneurs of Benin? You will get a lot of incentives, money from Europe, from African Development Bank, and because they like to support female entrepreneurs.
Okay. If not, you know, I am the president of the Nigerian Women in Diaspora in Benin, and then also the vice president of the ECOWAS, Women in Benin Diaspora. That's what most of these associations, you saw the pictures when I came back. So we do program trainings, example, like live talks, where we let them know that we started out of nothing and then we've gotten to where we are today just by, you know, having the audacity. So the youth, they invite me all the time to come and do something. But like you said, why not? We can look at that, but it's just that Ola is so busy. The business, the government, the Nigerian women, like they're the ones cutting my calls because we're going out right now by 2 p.m. We have to go for the president of Nigerian men here. The daughter is getting married, and as their president, they're all waiting for me. So I do a lot, but that's why sometimes when they invite me to be this, I try to now.
Ola, please mention every invite people from different countries. You have a big network. For example, I need someone from China, but this shouldn't be a person like marketing everything. You know, I don't like this kind of people because it doesn't fit to our algorithm.
They're not practicing their theory.
Yeah, they are very hunting people and they want to get all the business, but you should eat from in front of you, you know, not take food from everyone's plate, you know. Yes, please, we need someone. I have already some guy from Togo, but from Nigeria, we need a more effective businessman. Dari is always chasing for investment. I explain him. You have a wrong strategy. It's failing. You don't need to chase whales. You know, you cannot catch the whales. You should start with small fishes, and then go to medium-sized fishes, and then the whales will follow. But
I had two today. I'm surprised they are not here. The man, you know, the Igbos of Nigeria are the power behind business in Nigeria. So one of the young guys he has done business development between India and Nigeria. And then he is working right now with the Eastern Path, the association leader. So I invited them, but I'm surprised they are not, you know, it was just this morning I was doing the invite. You saw when I finished yesterday. So some of them just came in, you know, I'm sure.
Ola, next time you make a presentation, make sure you invite them personally, one by one. If you post on your WhatsApp and LinkedIn, nobody paying attention, maybe a few people. But if you invite them personally, they will come. And inshallah, we will make more meetings face to face. When you come with big delegation, you know, you cannot collaborate very well with DEIC and Musiat. These are big institutions. They are focused in business diplomacy.
Yes.
We are focused in private sector projects, to the point. So we can, it's called boutique service, boutique, tailor-made. So when you bring like a delegation of 10 people, like Mr. Gadu, we can analyze his needs and we can cross off and meet all his needs. This is where you have success. Otherwise, you're just shooting around, but you are not hitting the target. I mean, you got my point. I mean, we found each other late, but better than never. I need you to fill up all the empty seats for Africa, like Sierra Leone, like all these African small countries like Gabon. You have French.
I have people everywhere. I have all of them everywhere because I do, you know, the West African travel market called Afaba. That's where I panel all the time and they all come for it. So I have them, you know, let's finish this season and then I fix most of the things. And then if not, Ola, I don't know where you say in the word that I don't have, and not just connection, like real connection that we can. You saw Mark. You know, Mark didn't speak very well today. I think he too is still very early in Abidjan. Mark is doing a lot. He brought 44 Turkey business people to Abidjan. So, and then
wow.
Yeah. For that, I did send you that also. So, and then we met. We're always meeting in all the things that. So this time he wants me to be his whatever.
You know, Ola, this is called Turkish diaspora. Unfortunately, Turkey lost contact with all these African students. We are not taking full advantage of African studied in Turkey. We should invite all of them work in collaboration. Don't fight alone. Don't work alone. Let's take advantage. There is an African proverb, as you know, if you want to go far, walk. If you want to go fast, walk alone. If you want to go further, walk together. So we should work together.